They don't want you, they just want Sue. In the mailbox.
What up, everybody? It's your boy IAMSU, and on today's episode of Tapped In, we have the wonderful and talented Rosalyn. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Great that you're here now.
Do you know how to say my last name?
Rosalyn Gold-Onwude.
Yes! You actually pronounced that perfectly.
Thank you. I've been noticing I got a knack for that. Like, if somebody show me a word in a different language, I'll just be able to say it.
Okay, what languages can you speak? Can you speak any?
I can speak a little Spanish.
Hola,
My
¿cómo
little
está?
brother, bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, gracias.
Yo soy Sudán. Yo me gusto música. Mucho música.
Bueno.
Qué lindo.
Me gusta música también, pero
Sí.
me gusta baloncesto más mejor. Mi español, cuando yo hablo español, no bueno.
Your Spanish is actually good, though.
Poquito.
Because what you just said, I'm like, oh, did you say you like to dance more than you like music?
No, I said, did I say bailar or baloncesto? I said basketball. Basketball, that's my love.
Basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't know that word was that. I thought it was just...
I mean,
my
you can say
teacher
basketball.
said basketball. That's what my teacher said. Basketball.
That's mad basic. Yeah, that works.
So,
I think baloncesto is also basketball.
Baloncesto, okay. Well, yeah, that's Senora Cardenas Diaz. Shouts out to her. Even though she gave me a D+, she told me you knew I was wrong.
Right.
Anyway, though, I want to talk about your background, like just a little bit, like where you from, and just some more stuff about you, like growing up. What was it like?
Well, I think it's important to start with my roots.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, earlier before this, we were talking a little, but my last name,
Yeah.
Gold-Onwude.
Yeah.
Gold is my mother.
Mm-hmm.
She's Russian and Polish and Jewish, and we have family in Israel as well. And then Onwude is my dad, so he's Nigerian. He's from there. He lives there now. And I'm black and white, but, you know, I very much know my African roots and also my Jewish kind of culture and heritage there.
Yeah. But
And I'm from New York.
You straight from the root of Africa, so me and you probably the same level of black. Honestly, like.
I mean, you could trace a lot of American blacks back to their roots back to Africa, as well as other places. But
Yeah.
I mean, I really I'm connected to that side. Mm-hmm. My dad, growing up, and I'm from Queens. I'm from New York. He always said it was important to know who you are, where you're from, your culture, and even as a kid, sometimes when you're younger, you don't know how to embrace all that you are. Like when I was a kid, sometimes you would get made fun of for being African, or, you know, kids would say things like, you know, just make fun of my hair, or my mom didn't know how to do it. And so you were almost embarrassed a little bit. As you get older, you're like, this is what makes me special.
Right.
And I have culture, and I have people, and I've been to Africa, and we enjoy delicious food, and we have great music, and, you know, it's important to me.
Yeah, Nigerians know how to turn up. It
Yes,
was like
we do.
Nigerian Independence Day a while back.
A little bit
big
ago,
party
yeah.
in Oakland. My boy invited me. I wasn't able to go, but next time I'm gonna hopefully check it out.
Yeah, make sure you go about 3 hours late though, because Nigerian time is really, really behind.
So that's worse than CP time.
There's on time, CP time, and then Nigerian time. Like, I've been to Nigerian parties where the people throwing it, you get to their house. And my dad was always like a Nigerian that liked to kind of keep time. So he'd be there, you'd get to their house, they're throwing it, and they're just in their pajamas. They haven't even started.
Not even dressed, nothing.
Children be at the parties having fun till like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. 8-year-olds, 6-year-olds.
That's so lit.
It's lit. Actually, Nigerians were the first people to be lit.
I believe it.
Do you know what to spray someone is?
No.
Okay, spraying someone is when they're dancing in special occasions, or any occasion for Nigerians, but usually people come to the center, and the people who are being celebrated or people dancing, you take money out and you put the money on their head and stick it on their forehead and keep putting it on, and you spray them with money. And sometimes you see the young children will try to pick up the dollars and the money, but really it's a real way to gift them money. So like often you'll have the sisters or aunties coming and putting the money in garbage bags to keep for them when the party's over, for them to have.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would dance because I wanted, you know.
So Nigerians invented making it rain.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's epic. So yeah, like, I understand you got a master's in sociology. You went to Stanford, right?
Yes, I did.
So I wanted to know, like, what's the importance of education in your career?
Right. Well, First of all, Stanford is what brought me to the Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think before I came to Stanford that I thought to leave Queens.
Mm-hmm.
I was really pretty basic in that sense, where it was just like it was all I knew.
Mm-hmm.
Stanford, in a lot of ways, changed my life.
Yeah.
I think going to college changed my life. Like going to college would change your life, but for me, it was Stanford, and it was very drastic. First of all, going to Stanford wasn't like a given. I was looking at other schools too, and I felt like the people that I was friends with in New York and in Queens, maybe the people at Stanford weren't exactly like that. I felt when I came to visit, I felt slightly out of place. I was unsure, would I fit in? Would I enjoy this? And academics was very important to my parents, my mom, and my dad. And Stanford was top 5 in the nation academics, and top 5 for women's basketball in the nation as well. So, and they also had palm trees. So it was important for me to come out there, and I'm glad that I did, because yes, it was different people, but it pushed me outside of my comfort zone. It changed all that I knew was possible to aspire for. Like it's hard to aspire for something if you don't know what's possible. So I would like see these things. It put me around people who were achieving at a high level. It made me more ambitious. And now that I've graduated, the network is real.
Right. Like Stanford grads probably tap in with you, see you doing your thing.
Absolutely.
And y'all could just build a whole community around that.
I mean, I could trace a lot of my career path to making the Stanford network work. Like when I came out of school, so yeah, I did do, and to come back to your first question, I did do undergrad in communication, and then I did a master's in sociology of business.
Funny. You know, I was majoring in communications before I dropped out.
Okay, why did you choose communication?
Just because I felt like, to be honest, they said it was the easiest. But when I got up there, it was hella harder than what I thought.
So the easiest major was the hardest for you?
Like, how ironic is that? That's what I get. I've noticed, like, my karma works fast. Like, if I do something goofy, it flips back around. So I was sitting in the class, and I was like, I don't know what is going on. Because I like speech class, you feel me? And I could write good speeches. I always was good, like, talking and stuff like that. But this, once I got here, I'm like, what are y'all even talking about? Like, it's not like journalism. It's not like this. It was like, or maybe my teachers was weird. That could be a big factor, too, because he would just talk and talk and talk and talk. But it wouldn't connect to the book. And then the test would come up, be like, sometimes I'll just walk out. Like, you feel me? If I got the answers, sorry, everybody, don't cheat. But if I got the answers, I'll write the answers down.
So were you the type to, like, get a study group or find people to, like, work with and stuff?
I tried, definitely.
Yeah.
I tried in school. I wasn't like a bump on a log until like my junior year.
And then he was a bump on the log.
Yeah, that's when everything turned weird.
I feel like during my undergrad years, I was so busy just trying to get to the next thing. So busy just trying to get from class. And I was an athlete. I played basketball at Stanford as well. So like get to practice. And then for me, like people would always ask about Stanford. Like, is it hard?
Yeah.
The academic, that was not the hard part. For me, the basketball was the hard part. Like just mentally and physically being pushed to your limit every day, being humbled in practice.
Because that's a serious basketball program.
Yeah, they were good. I mean, we were good. We went to 3 Final Fours, but we took the L to UConn in the championship my senior year, and we lost to Tennessee as well. It was Candace Parker, Tennessee, in the championship. And that was
going to be my next question. Like, who was on that UConn team? And
Maya Moore.
Okay.
Maya Moore, and she's still killing.
Yeah.
She's so good. What makes like Maya special too is, she's really doing things that most female basketball players cannot. Like she's just so strong and fit. And this season too, she took her fitness to a new level. She is in better shape than you. She's better than you. She's stronger than you. She's more competitive than you. She's fierce. And in person, she's so sweet and fun and cool and smart and awesome. It's like there's nothing you can't poke holes in Maya Moore.
Yeah.
So she's been crushing it for
sure.
a long time.
I wanted to ask, like, speaking of basketball, like, especially since you play basketball, do you feel like there's a way for us, because I'm a big sports fan, but to appreciate women's basketball more? Like, how can we tune in to, like, the WNBAs and the international games and the college games? Like, I watch college women's, I'm not going to lie.
Awesome.
But I feel like that's something that we don't appreciate. It's women's basketball, you know, and it's a lot of great athletes out there and people.
Right.
So what do you think are some things that we need to pay attention to, maybe some key athletes?
Right. This is an ongoing conversation. I feel like I'm constantly talking about why we should love women's basketball more. First of all, I think the first thing you need to do is not compare it to men's basketball. It is not the same. The game is different.
Right.
The money made is different. The product on the court is different. If you're constantly comparing it to the NBA, you're going to be constantly disappointed.
Right.
Now, if you come and you say, I'm going to see a women's basketball game and I'm excited to see Maya Moore. Gosh, I love how fierce she is. You know, I love how hard she goes each time. You know, this WNBA Finals this season was incredibly compelling. One, because the WNBA changed their playoff format. So before, the way it was doing it, the top two teams kind of ended up on the West, and they knocked each other off. And then the finals, you know, you didn't get to see that premier matchup in the finals. They changed it so it's the top 8 teams, and the top 2 teams ended up seeing each other. It was a fierce battle. Each game was exciting. It was the Sparks and the Minnesota Lynx, and Maya Moore and the Minnesota Lynx and the Sparks. And kind of the story there with the Sparks, Candace Parker had never even been to a WNBA final. She's never won. She's a great player. Nneka Ogwumike, my teammate at Stanford, also my best friend, won WNBA MVP this year. Shout out to Nneka.
That's big.
And so and then also Magic Johnson is backing this team. Like, if the storytelling is good on top of the product being good and the games are good, people should come watch. And people did. And the Sparks won a championship, you know? And so it was...
at least somebody from LA was good. You know, I'm a Lakers fan, so they've been struggling.
I mean, but how about Luke's Lakers?
Right. Way better. But my opinion on the coaching staff over the last few years, I didn't like Byron Scott. I know Kobe liked him, but I didn't like the system that he implemented with those Lakers. I definitely didn't like D'Antoni. He's a space case to me. You know what I mean? But Luke Walton, I feel like he was ideal. He brought Brian Shaw back. And just the system. He's a former Laker, and he's a young, good coach. And everything he did for the Warriors while Steve Kerr was out is amazing. You know what I mean? And he started you guys so good. Like, it was great.
He's so cool. Luke Walton is so cool. He's so charismatic. He's like, people will say he's a player's coach. He's so easy to like. I think that makes him easy to want to work hard for. And as you said, Coach Scott, who's awesome, and I like him. I think it was a tough situation for him, too, to have to handle the Kobe farewell tour, have these young players. I covered them a little bit last season. Like, he had a whole tough love approach, and I was hard on him. Like, these guys feel refreshed now with Luke Walton. And that staff, like, I just did a game with them. Like, they're giving your boys a clean slate. Look what they got Nick Young doing.
Exactly. Because he was a piece that was not being utilized. I don't even think he really played much last season. He didn't. So I'm happy to see him do his thing. He intercepted that pass in the game winner. You know what I mean? So,
and Lou Will did roast him for that. Yeah. What if he didn't make the shot, though, and he stole the pass?
That would have been one of the biggest L's probably in the regular season. But shouts out Swaggy P. That's my boy.
You know he's awesome. Actually,
so he did his thing.
I was doing a national game for NBA on TNT, and it was Lakers at Sacramento. And at the end of the game, we're gonna interview Swaggy P because he played so good. And for some reason, he was just kind of off the court. He was walking off the court. Yeah. And he was already in the tunnel. I had to go chase him down. I was like, Nick. And like, I got him. I like grabbed his hand. I was like, we're interviewing you. Yeah. I had to work hard for that interview.
The picture looked funny. Like, how he was looking at you was hella funny. Like,
probably because I grabbed
him. It's like a screenshot. He was looking like that.
He probably never been grabbed or yanked by a reporter before.
But yeah, let's talk about the Warriors. You know what I mean? We didn't come here to talk about the Lakers because we could talk about that all day, you know. But anyway, about the Warriors, like, what do you feel like is the team camaraderie like now? It's such a high-profile team. You know, it's the most popular team in the NBA, arguably. And it's like, what do you feel like the team camaraderie has been like since the championship year? Right.
So I've been very blessed, and I'm thankful. My first year in the NBA, first year covering the Warriors, was the championship year. However, I will say I paid my dues. Like, I worked my way up with the D-League team. I covered the Santa Cruz Warriors. And that's how I got my foot in the door.
Yeah. Did you see Little B try out? You know who Little B, the bass guy is?
Yes. He tried out?
He tried out for the Santa Cruz Warriors.
How'd that go? When did this happen?
He didn't make it. It was probably like 2 years ago.
No, I didn't see that. No. Yeah. I didn't see that. I have seen all his, curses that he's been putting on players and people.
How ironic is the KD thing?
I mean, but he lifted the curse though,
He had
right?
to,
because he was coming to his town.
Right.
Well, that's good news. But no, I was just there for Santa Cruz Warriors. I was their color commentator and analyst, which is kind of progressive for the Warriors organization to have a woman in that role. Usually for a pro, even though it's a D League, usually that's a man doing the analyst role for men's sports. So anyway, Rick Bucher didn't come back with the Golden State Warriors, and the spot opened up, and it was the Warriors that ended up pitching me to CSN, and that's how this happened. So my first year, I would say my first year was the championship year, and the first 2 years, this team was so close-knit. Like, Warriors were so off the court, would hang out together. Sometimes, like in the NBA, guys have so much. Sometimes guys don't like each other. Sometimes they're jealous. Sometimes you have so much money. It's kind of like you got your own crews. You got your own.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You do your own thing separate. Like everybody was together. Team dinners for the Warriors are something special, and I think it really is because they also invest quite a bit into it to have nice dinners all the time, nice places, nice chefs, special. Have the family there, have the staff there. I mean, it's money, but I think it pays off because the players come. You know, some teams can't do that because a lot of other teams, the players wouldn't come. You'd just be feeding the staff. And so that's not the point. So I think it's important that it continues to build the culture and the camaraderie. The first 2 years, I mean, it was special. I mean, those dinners would go into like 2 a.m, laughing, talking, being together.
It was like a family environment.
A family environment. And it translated on the court. So now this year is the third year since I've been there, and it's the KD year. And I still think the team is close-knit. I do think it's different. You lost a lot of funny pieces of the team. Brandon Rush, comedian.
Spates.
Barbosa, comedian. Spates, also very fun and funny. Like, I mean, you lost great guys. Spates, Azili. I mean, there was always a good reason to laugh around Festus.
Yeah.
And then obviously Harrison Barnes as well. So, I mean, the chemistry changed, but the guys coming in, and I already kind of feel it for this season's team, they're really getting quite close and friendly. I know Steph just had a supervillains party at his house.
Okay.
And had everybody. I know guys have had barbecues. The coaching staff has held ping pong outings for them.
That's popping.
Yeah, like they've done a lot. And actually, I think it was just going to take time. But the personalities, they're veteran guys. David West, Varejao was here, but David West, Zaza Pachulia, they want it to work. They understand what they have to put in. Kevin Durant is such a nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
And he's so cool. Why is that surprising?
Because you think somebody at that level, for him to be so grounded,
right,
is super cool. Like,
it's super cool. And he's kind of chill, right?
Yeah, his attitude, I feel like it fits in the Bay, like, really well.
He loves the Bay. I mean, the Bay actually was a huge part of him coming, not just the team.
Right.
I think he said when he did the Super Bowl here, and he was acting as a photographer during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was funny as well, though. I'm not gonna lie. That lens was so big, like him holding that was hella funny to me.
But he doesn't have to do that.
Right.
He could just come there and sit in a suite or be whatever. But actually, one thing that I find very cool about KD is he's a really he's got an eclectic taste in life. Like he's kind of like a Renaissance man a little bit, like he does outdoorsy things. For real. Yeah, like he enjoys to travel. I mean, you could just follow him and see he enjoys to travel. He he's on the plane. Draymond's always joking on him, but he's on the plane making beats. He loves music. Snapchat. Yeah, are y'all gonna work together?
That would be dope. I talked to him on FaceTime and he was rapping my song, which was crazy. What? He always tweets and deletes. So he tweeted like a song. I got a song called Dogs. Okay. So he tweeted like some bars of my song. So I thought that was fire. Yeah, and we got a mutual friend. He tweets and deletes though. That's what he does.
Yes, Haiti be better than that.
But yeah, like definitely. And I think he made a beat for Wale or something. Okay. Like a while back, like when he first came in the league. So.
I know, and also Bay Love, Damian Lillard. He's really talented.
Yeah, he is.
Just put out an album. I hope so. I'm just gonna put all my hopes out there. I hope JaVale makes beats too, so I hope that you get some kind of Warriors thing together where like JaVale and Kevin Durant are making a beat. You're on it, right? And also in the future, you work with Damian Lillard.
We gotta build that bridge, and maybe I could get a jersey and play a game. You feel me?
Let's throw it all in there.
Feel me? Just don't dog me too bad on the court. You feel me? But What was I gonna say? You're like a very popular figure right now. Like I see you all over social media and memes, all type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so when you first came into this business, did you anticipate like the celebrity status, and how are you like adjusting to being in that position now?
Right. I mean, I have noticed more popularity. And first of all, I just again say I'm very thankful for the timing of catching this team and this platform.
Yeah, it was a blessing.
It's a
seriously.
blessing. You know, I don't take for granted that a lot of eyes are on the Warriors. And by default, you know, they'll see me.
Yeah.
It also takes hard work and preparation to be ready for this opportunity. You know, I could flop in it, but I'm trying to do the best to take advantage of it. In fact, even with Kevin Durant coming in this season, I actively thought I need to take my game to the next level.
Right.
Because this is an opportunity. This is a stage. You know, I want to be more crisp. I want to be more informed. Like things that I thought about this season, I was like, you know, also continuing. I do the sideline reporter role for the Warriors, but in a lot of other formats, I've been used as an analyst. I want to be more well-informed around the league, not just the Warriors, not just the Western Conference. So I've been studying more. I start my days maybe an hour and a half just like reading the top stories in the league and just trying to see like what's going on so that I'm well-versed. You know, I watch almost every broadcast back, all my hits. Like I think about how I could have delivered that better. And also all of this makes me feel more confident on air. And I've just become more, and also it just comes with time too. But I think as far as like the popularity, like I appreciate it. It's just this team is so popular, and Bay Area fans, Warriors fans are so wonderful.
Locked in. I think the best fan base, honestly.
I'm telling you, and like they're informed fans. Like they appreciate anything associated with it. And I don't just get feedback like, hey, you know, see you on TV. I get feedback like, I thought that the second question that you had in that Andre Iguodala interview, or I like the way you brought this out. Like they're really locked in, you know?
Definitely.
And it's moving. And at times I've been surprised sometimes to hear like, my daughter loves you, or, you know, when it's on, we actually used to fast forward through those pieces, but like my kids like to watch it. Like, it's humbling, sometimes surprising, and I'm just thankful. The memes are you just got to learn to laugh, though.
They're funny, though, you got to admit.
I've been a part of a lot of memes. I've been a part of, like, 7 memes already.
But memes that probably damn near half the planet has seen, like,
right.
Feel me? So that's, like, crazy.
Right, and you know what's funny? My friends will send me the memes, like, I haven't seen them. And
you got to act like it's funny every time.
I just LOL. It's smiling, crying, emoji face.
Right.
LMAO.
It's like one cool thing that I seen, like they made a T-shirt and it had the players and it had your name. That was dope to me.
That is humbling. Like first of all, the people are wearing it. There's an actual Instagram account of like people wearing the shirt.
I hope you're selling that shirt.
I'm not selling the shirt, and you know what? A lot of people was like, you better be making some money off that shirt.
You're right.
But I'm not. I mean, I'm not trying to like make money off of this outside of. Like, in that way, I mean, maybe I need to, but...
You know, you're a mogul.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta think.
But what I kind of felt like, these people made that out of just love for me.
Right.
And at first, they weren't even selling it. Like, at first, they had just had the shirt, and one of their friends tweeted it, like, we made a shirt. Yeah. So then I tweeted it, and then people were asking about it, and then they made the shirt and started to sell it. And so I was like, you know what? They started this. They did something that was, like, you know, cool-spirited. Yeah. So I tweeted it. I even took a picture in it for them. I'm like, I hope y'all make money off that shirt. Like, go ahead and make some money.
But, you know, in the future, we need Raj shirts. ASAP.
Everybody need Raj shirts. You need Raj good questions.
Oh, good questions for sure, though. But, you know, everything's a business, you feel me? Like, I felt the same way as you. I'm like, I just want to rap. I don't want to do nothing extra. But at the end of the day, it's like people are so in tune with you and your energy, and it's more than just you doing your question thing. It's like they connect with the person. You know what I'm saying? So somebody that's that dedicated to their craft, I think it's like just supporting them like how you would support Jordan. You know, we buy his shoes because he's so great.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
No, I feel you. I feel like we buy into the excellence of Jordan. I'm not sure. Also, the times are different. Like, he wasn't here with social media. I'm not sure how much of himself he shared with us. But did it matter? He was so great. That's all we needed. You know,
that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point too, because I think that affects a lot. Because if we seen him just in his kitchen, like making a sandwich, like how you would see any other celebrity now,
Right.
We see celebrities in a way that we have never seen them. Like my idols growing up, I didn't see them. Like when I heard your music, when I saw your video, when I saw your basketball game or your football game, that was it.
Right.
But now it's like we see y'all when you're crusty and all that stuff.
So do you prefer to have that separation, or do you prefer for your idols to really know everything about them?
I'm a super fan, you feel me? I'm a stan. I've been a super fan since I was born. So everybody that I was into, from Kanye West to Lil Wayne to Jay-Z, you know, Outkast, all those kind of people, I wanted to know every single thing about them. Like,
Right.
where they went to high school, where they did this, they first, this and that. So that was me. But don't sleep on the t-shirts. It's my
Right. No, I hear you.
Yeah, hey, they don't want you, they just want Sue. In the mailbox, hope the check came through. I like my text blue, I like my checks new. And if you ain't real, then they don't respect you. Nah.
Like, moving on to music, like, I know.
Beyonce.
Whoa. That's crazy.
I don't know if you
I
go
kind
to
of take you
favorite.
as like a Rihanna person.
I love Rihanna too, and actually I think her last album was really awesome. There's nothing that sounded like that right now.
Hey, yeah, HBK, yeah, you know how we play. And I can't quit, all I know is gang. Hey, hey.